as we saw during Royal Arena as well. Navi is not untouchable on Inferno, but then again, it's Navi.
Also, Navi not choosing to pick Nuke, a little bit interesting. Scared off by the 16-1 win of Liquid over Astralis, right? Don't want a taste of that. But yeah, I mean, Navi's in a position where they can really just go whichever way they want, even throw curveballs. They're just doing really well on all the maps, so yeah.
Let's talk about the first map that we're going to be seeing in this series. As you kind of alluded to, you're hoping to see Overpass coming out as that pick from Liquid. It is what's going to be coming into the pool. So I think that's what we're going to be looking at. If we have any hope of going to that third and final decider, it's kind of a win condition for Liquid coming into this. What are you looking at specifically from them if they have any hopes of taking down Navi?
I mean, given we know that most likely Navi will choose to start on the CT side, I think Liquid will have to find a way to deal with the aggressiveness coming out of Navi, right? They like to be aggressive mid-round as well, go down and dominate the toilet area. They like to push out on short as well. Boomage is very, I would say, hyper-moving and hyper-aggressive on the B-bomb side as well. So if you're Liquid, you either look to play super, super fast and hope you can catch off Navi, or you look to run a default where you can, you know, allow yourself to be disturbed a little bit by the aggressive play coming out of Navi and by then punishing it. But I don't really see that happening. So I'm a little bit afraid on behalf of Liquid.
Yeah, Overpass also a massive map. It's almost like you have two parts of your team spread out, right? And they're all like working on their own, seeing what the situation is and working the map at the same time. And maybe, you know, some of risk-taking there also individually, trying to walk through a smoke, and the map is too big, there's always gaps, right? So depending on how much risk you can take, you want to take, like you can get some payoffs, but yeah, it's just going to be a struggle because you go A, Simple and Bitter there, you go B, Electronic is there with like Perfecto as well, one of the better anchors, so yeah, it's going to be rough.
Well, our teams are ready to take to the stage. We've got our map cemented. That means only one thing is left to do. We're going to kick it to a break, but when we are back, the Goliaths of Navi are going to be taking on Liquid and potentially what's going to be rough waters. Their map of Overpass is coming up as map number 1.
unstoppable, indomitable champions of the fall finals returning to add another Blast trophy to their ever-growing cabinet.
It falls on to Perfecto. They peek 1-2, and here comes Zywoo. Perfecto got it all.
With futures uncertain, can Liquid be the immovable object to Navi's unstoppable force? The odds may be low, but NA's hopes are high.
And he's running out of time. 8 seconds. He goes for a fight out in the open. He's going to win one of them. And now on the other side, he's got the health. He's got the AK. He's got the charge.
First game of the Blast Premier World Finals is about to kick off between Liquid and Navi. Now, the players are getting themselves warmed up and ready, and I'm going to borrow a bit of Alicia's time here while he's just getting himself ready. Come stand up with me, mate. Now, first game, pretty tough opponent overall, but, you know, you guys have been looking better than what people expected considering the situation. How are you feeling?
We're feeling pretty good. I mean, the vetoes actually are not that bad for us. They didn't pick Nuke. I'm assuming they want some practice, and, you know, that's where it's going to hit them.
Do you think they didn't pick Nuke because they saw what you did to Astralis?
I mean, maybe. It could have been that. Maybe they just want some Dust 2 practice. That's honestly what I think it is. So that's our chance to win it.
All right, they're going to try and get that map pool improved a little bit further. At least go and take your seat, mate. Get yourself ready a little bit further. I'm going to go all the way to the end here as well and catch up with Nav, because Nav's probably a man that doesn't need so much practice at all throughout all of this. He's there, he goes unplugging, he's getting himself ready. Nav, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good, man. I'm here till the last tournament of the year, so let's go with the bang, you know?
Go out with a bang. What did you make of that video, though? I was just talking about it with Elise, you know? He's saying maybe Navi just wants some practice.
I mean, yeah, I'm not so sure. Maybe Navi could be underestimating us a bit, but nah, I mean, who knows? We'll just come out and show our best face, you know? That's all we can do.
Is it going to be more you guys are going to be swinging out against them, you know, trying to confuse them a bit?
I mean, I'm just going to run at them and just see if I can get headshots. That's about it.
I like the style. That's what needs to be done. Well, that's Liquid and what they're trying to do over on this side. The spirits are high for sure. But let's take a look at Navi and see how they're feeling, because for them, they're in a position where they are supposed to be the winners of this one. And when it comes to Navi right now, it might be coming an interesting time, because they're currently deciding on a few things. They're having their huddle together. I'm not going to interrupt that to start off with, but this is the important part, because they know, right, all the pressure is on them. They've come through, won all these tournaments recently. They're coming as the favourites, which they haven't been for quite some time. So the last minute preparation, the notes we always see on their table, it's always key. And I was talking to Blade before about the nuke streak, and I said obviously it was a bit of mental game that came in there, and it certainly felt like the team felt like there was extra pressure. They didn't want to lose that streak. When it comes to events, he doesn't think it's the same kind of thing, because they haven't got some streak that no one has had before. They're in a position where they're looking to do the big damage. But they're huddled up and ready now. It's the final cheer before going into it. And at least considering where Liquid's been, you know, the changes that are supposed to be coming through, they have at least had some semi-decent results, and they can still fight no matter what. And you can't underestimate anyone when the level's so high when it comes to Counter-Strike at the moment. Navi may be a step above the rest, and yeah, there's my bias in there with it for sure, but they are a team that will fight strong even if the games will go deeper and deeper. But it's that last moment. I'm hoping I'm going to grab someone for a words. There we go. Now I'm going to go join in. Thank you, Bit. Sasha, before you plug yourself in, come sit with me, come have a little chat, mate. How you feeling, you know? The end of the year, things have been looking pretty damn good.
I'm feeling bad because I have 94 points. I still don't understand Blast. I need a good answer. Who creates this rating? Show me this person, and I will talk with him.
So we want to see what's missing so you get the 100 score, yeah?
Yes, maybe they decide to give me 94, so I need to play better. I will do my best with my team, so it's all good.
Can you play better? Can you get to another level?
Of course. It's everything depends on yourself, you know.
Yeah.
Like if you set high goals and you go to these goals, you just you can easily do it. Everyone can do it.
Now, when we were speaking to Liquid a little bit ago, they were talking about this veto, and they said that you didn't pick Nuke because you wanted to just get some extra practice on Dust 2. Is that what you're trying to do? Just get more practice across different maps?
Yeah, just more map percent win rate, you know. We just want to upgrade it because it's better on Dust 2 and Tension. So yeah.
And are we going to finally maybe see you guys just add Vertigo because you've kind of owned up all the rest of the maps, or will you never get that?
Not yet. We'll still need to figure other maps, so yeah.
All right, well, I'll let you get some warm-up in before we go into it, mate. Good luck. Now, Boomich is looking very focused. I'm going to grab a quick word from him real quick. Boomich, I'm grabbing you middle of the way. I know you're focused and ready. But when it comes to this overpass, right, do you think they stand a chance against you guys on this, or this can be another easy map?
I don't know. I don't want to say it's easy map, so I'm never thinking about easy or hard. I'm just playing in my game and focusing with my team. That's all.
That's what it's all about. Good luck, mate. Let's see how you get it done. Well, that's it from the players. That's where we're at for all of this. Navi versus Liquid, the opening game here about to go down. Let's discover who's going to get that win.
Well, thank you, James. Some good little insight from the players right before we get into it. Jason, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I'm excited to get this one underway. I like the fact that Navi, I mean, Simple is essentially just like, yeah, we're just trying to max out our stats at the end of the year. Like, we've already won the game. We're just trying to get the high score now.
Yeah, why not? I mean, that's a good way to end. It is the final of the year, so why not? Why not? They've been winning everything.
Yeah, exactly. They've looked unstoppable, and what a test. I mean, a tough scenario for Team Liquid to be coming into with everything going on their side of the table and their camp and everything like that. Gonna be very difficult, and I think, you know, Naf kind of said it best. We're just going to see if we can get some headshots, and we'll go from there.
Almost a 6-1 in terms of the odds, which I think is, it seems a little bit outrageous, but it's probably reasonable.
Yeah, it is with the level Navi's hitting as well. We even heard, you know, I've heard like murmurs and little rumors of how disappointed a little bit Blade was even when they won the major, that, you know, things could have been cleaner, things could have been smoother for them. So you want to talk about setting high goals and having a high bar that you're going to have to reach for. Simple just mentioned it. You set those high goals, and even if you fail to reach them, you're still going to be somewhere elevated. So that's kind of, I guess, the mentality that Navi's operating under at the moment.
Do you think there's some truth to the idea that if you are in a run and you're building an era, or you've already started it, depending on who you ask and who you talk to, that if you let go at all at any point, that could really be a really bad sign. You almost keep it going at this level for as long as you possibly can.
Yeah, I mean, listen, the way that we decide eras is very...
It's not science.
No, there's no real criteria that we can kind of reach to. So I think even if Navi drops here at some point or doesn't win this event, we're still going to be talking about them as the best team of the year, and still going to be talking about them as building towards an era. But yeah, very nebulous criteria to get there. Team Liquid taking on Navi, opening map.
Yeah, let's get into it. Liquid going to be starting on the T side with Navi on the CT side, and we are an overpass. It feels good. I'm glad that we're back. I'm glad that we have the players in the studio. Actually does make it a lot more fun. Bit already in a bit of a fight. Just a quick peek there. He's going to spot at least 2 different people. And Liquid are playing this one real carefully. They got the bomb drop back in spawn. We can already tell, yeah, they're just relaxing for the minute.
Yeah, that's kind of goal number 1 is accomplished. Force back any kind of early pressure, early information being gathered. Alish with the P250 in armor, looking to find an early pick and not spotting anything. Bit has backed way off towards the bomb site. Simple is now backing off towards long. So the timing that they were looking for some kind of aggression from Team Liquid has passed, and just adjusting their setup to compensate.
What do you think of those 2 HE grenades? Is that for an eventual A plant? Or, I mean, it could be, we're going to be bomb site too, right? But just to blow that up?
That's a B bomb site 1. They're playing very, very passive. A retake setup over at B, and that looks like where Liquid's about to go. So they force back defense. Make sure the defense at A is slunk way, way back, and then transfer down the stairs towards this B site. And yeah, these nades are going to be put into play.
And Fallen has got no armor either, so if they land on him at the perfect time, it could actually be a pretty good strategy here. 44 seconds, Fallen, you hear them go off. There's one nade landing on top of him, and oh, the second one as well. And it blows up Fallen, but he got the last digit in. He did get the bomb plant, and that is probably worth it at that point in time. 4 versus 5 now. They've got a pretty dug-in setup right here, Liquid, but it doesn't really matter. Navi are fighting their way back, and the final kill comes in for Electronic, taking down Naf. That's a great retake for Navi. They did not look stressed at all.
No, and you were right. That was a nice setup for Team Liquid. They had a pretty nasty crossfire that Navi was going to have to make their way through, but I think they got the kills that were deep towards the bomb site first, and that made those close-up players and really kind of neutralize that. There's nobody peeking from the site. Smoke obviously helping, and well done from Navi. Nice little retake there, but Team Liquid with the plant going to buy into it. Stewie's going to have an AK, Alicia's going to have an AK, and Naf with a Galil as well.
Yeah, that is generally the benefit, isn't it, of planting the bomb. At least you get to answer back real early on. Second round, and I'm sure Navi will see it coming as well. They do have, from the 2 MP9s, I guess it's a little bit of a downgrade compared to what they could have had, but maybe it'll be all right.
Gives them the extra utility to play with.
True.
Might be nice for them. An Electronic, he's going to take control. Sees no presence here. Going to have Stewie around the corner if he goes too far. And ooh, they're just barely going to miss each other. Although Electronic still does have the information. Grim's in a tough spot. One's going to push up. He wants nothing to do with that fight. Just barely keeping him at bay for the moment, and the rest of Team Liquid is going to navigate around towards to join up with Grim and over towards the fountain as well.
AK now leading the charge instead. If they could find the opening kill here against Simple, that would be massive. But that nade is going to land right on top. That does a lot of damage. Nearly a double kill for Simple. And it's going to be Bit to close it out. The bomb is on the ground. They can see that right in front. So, bit of a shame for Liquid. I really feel like that was the pivotal fight right there against Simple. If they could have got that cleanly, they maybe could have found a way to get onto that A-bomb side.
They might have thought that they had, I mean, I think they were really, really excited about having Bit kind of trapped in those stairs. You had Fallen and Elige coming down the steps in mid, and you had Grim and a couple other players joined up, Naf and Stewie able to pressure him from that location. But obviously the backup of Electronic at the door, the backup of Simple at Highway, and Bit's able to kind of get out. So Liquid get lured into the trap, and Stewie's not going to be expecting it. Bit does go down. Job's done. Good spray from Naf for the double kill. And actually, no time to really win this, but he can still do a little bit more economic damage.
Did he run out of bullets bit there? It seemed like he didn't reload the MP9, so that's a bit unfortunate. But you're right, yeah, he just can't really do anything. Kind of a weird round, this one, because obviously Liquid, it's good that they get to save the AK. It's a bit of a shame they can't get the bomb plant down. Navi, this is an expensive round for them. And so far, all they're saving are two. Well, actually, there's an M4 being saved there on Electronic, but still, that's going to cost them a little bit down the road, isn't it?
Yeah, more expensive than they'd like, but still in a good spot considering Liquid was fully invested. So this round is, I mean, you'd imagine it'd kind of be the reprieve, but as you're going to see when we come back to it, Team Liquid, an aggressive call coming in. They're going to buy up again. They want to keep the pressure on.
And why not? Especially with that one saved AK, it feels like this is the right move, actually. And maybe especially in the context of them being the underdog team. If you were going to upset Navi on any level, if you were going to try and pull out a crazy win here on Overpass, then surely you might as well just go at it every round, more or less.
Yeah, take some risks in this situation. And obviously trying to get a little bit of a slingshot off the fact of taking control of the economy. Good damage onto Simple. And he's going to back away. Still, that doesn't give away the game quite yet, because that's just an AK-47 that they've seen.
Yeah, and they knew that they had that from the previous round. Bit in a good position, but Naf an even better one. Good spray. He's going to get the shot there, and Grim also taking down Boomich. I feel like ever since that interview where the initial perception at least was that they were kind of throwing Grim a little bit under the bus, turned out maybe there was more to the story. It feels like he's been playing better and better on this team.
Yeah, he's got a lot of skills. I mean, look, he entered this team at a very, very tough time to be able to kind of grow up and enjoy his rookie season with some kind of ease. So it's been tough, but he's certainly got the skills. And a nice kill in this round for Grim has helped Liquid take control. 43 seconds on the clock. They have the entire map at their disposal. Simple playing far back at Bank. If Liquid attacks the A bomb site, they're going to give it up. Simple is going to fall back and save. If they head to B, Electronic and Perfecto are there.
And they have a Molotov as well. With this little time left, that one Molotov can actually probably ruin the round for Liquid. So a lot of decisions to be made. You see them now trying to get up onto the L-bend. Electronic falling back behind. Oh, the flashbang is so perfectly timed. Perfecto, he's going to show up, and there's that late Molotov. Oh, no! The bomb is dropped down. That is a disaster. Simple's now turned up from the high ground. 10 seconds on that clock. They need to find the kill or get that bomb down. It drops again. And now Fallen, he was flanking in from the other side. He's now back through the restroom.
Simple has no idea.
Oh, and he finds him. He thought for sure that he was going to come from the high ground, and instead, it's Fallen with the last-second clutch to take down Simple.
Yeah, but that maybe should have been a Navi round. Simple thought that he would be pushing through A4, the flank for the backstab.
That's what he was doing.
Yeah. Man, that's a wild round. Liquid almost let it slip away, even with everything, even with the 5-on-3, even with getting a clean entry onto Electronic with a nice flashbang. That was a great recovery from Navi by virtue of the bomb dropping in a very awkward position.
I like it. Simple's laughing. You're like, yeah, okay, you got me on that one. That's a wild turnaround, because the fact that the bomb went down into the sewers initially and then it dropped again, probably 99% of the time that's a lost round. And obviously Fallen's role in that moment really was to flank through the A-bomb site, so Simple's read was actually correct. He just called it off when they started losing the actual fight in the B-bomb site.
Yeah, he was throwing a little bit of a fake when that began, just to see if you could keep or pull a defender over towards A, and actually it worked. Simple with that deagle, but Bit's going to go down, and that's the player trying to keep a little bit of space. So Liquid looking to tie things up early at 2-2.
Yeah, and we talked about controlling the economy and taking that risk in rebuying around the AK-47. Well, it's paid off for now. It seems like things are going a little bit in Liquid's direction, at least for the minute. Don't want to be celebrating too early, of course, but some things are starting to look good. And we haven't, I mean, especially when you crack the economy like this early on, you didn't even get to see Simple on that AWP yet, which must be a huge luxury if you're on the side of Liquid.
Yeah, as long as you can keep them off that, or I mean, the longer you keep them off that, the better. A little bit of a crossfire. The smoke is going to make it hard for Electronic to get involved. Grim waiting for his moment, drops down. I think he was spotted. I think Simple knows. He's tagged up and starting to back away. Actually, all of Liquid is backing away. They feel the pressure. They're going to find a wide open B bomb site, even with Grim going down. No way for Navi to stop them getting in.
Such a good call. Now they just need to actually capitalize on it. And they're actually waiting a little bit of time. That was pretty good. Stewie, instead of running onto the site, he knows that they can still get the bomb plant coming down from Fallen, so doesn't risk it, just tries to hold that angle, make sure no one's walking on the high ground, and they use the smokes instead to block them off. So pretty veteran play coming out from Liquid. It's good to see that they're not making any, let's say, fundamental mistakes here early on. But again, you know, when the pressure is on and you're playing a team the caliber of Navi, never know if you can, all you need to do is mess up 1 or 2 times and the round is lost.
Yeah, and you could see Navi was hoping for that mistake, that screw up. They were lining up at least initially to maybe try and make something out of it, and obviously called that off. So gonna reset this time with the Galil picked up that Grim dropped. So a couple rifles into the next round, but they have plenty of weaponry, plenty of things to fight with.
How are you feeling about Overpass these days? Where is it on your list of maps that you like or don't like?
It doesn't feel as fun to me as it used to. It used to be, I used to really enjoy watching it. Nowadays, I think it's dropped off in my mind, but I mean, still a cool map, still a lot of, it's a big map.
Yeah.
You know, it's very wide.
Yeah, and it's weird because it's such a big map, but it does feel like the rate of innovation on this map is lower than maybe it should be. I don't know if it's just because a lot of people used to not play it and have started only playing it in the last 6 months, maybe. It feels like it's got a little bit more traction, so I don't know. I feel like there should be more creative, crazy stuff coming out of this map, and maybe this just hasn't been the year for it. Maybe Ancient soaked up all of that.
It did feel like this map dropped off even for teams as well. There was a good chunk of this year where I feel like I didn't see a whole lot of Overpass.
Yeah.
Oh. Missed Molotov, but actually it stopped Simple from peeking. Fair play. Grim's going to take that duel up against the Deagle. Simple goes down. Good entry from Grim. Good opening kill. One more to fight with. That's Bit, who's got the angle, and he finds Grim. Flashbang gave him a little bit of an opening, and he's going to get away.
Good timing, yeah. Naf giving away a bit of information, jumping around in there, but he's trying to see if anyone is immediately on the other side. And actually, Navi have pushed out of the B bomb site, so they're going to realize what's going on here. A kill from Electronic to take down Naf. Oh no, if Bit gets one more here, this round could be lost, and the timing is so good. He's going to find Fallen, and the bomb is now dropped. They have to go back and pick it up while still fighting this 2-on-2.
And actually, the fact they have to go back might convince them to slow this down and maybe head elsewhere. Stewie's going to creep in, but actually they have cover of smoke in both choke points.
Oh.
A late boost coming in. Stewie is going to go down. Electronics found it in a Liege in a 1 versus 2.
Oh, that is massive. I actually can't believe, I thought that was going to be the end of them with that boost, but somehow it worked out. And now it's down to Liege. He's already got 3 kills. He's going to find a headshot, but immediately Perfecto was there with the return, and Navi, they'll come back and they'll get a 3rd round on the board. So good 2v2, and I mean, just a kind of a round where you see just a slow bleed of Liquid players. They just lose a couple of people across the map, and they can't make up for it in the end.
And that's off the back of Navi, remember, saving, what, 3 armor and pistols from the previous round, 2 rifles as well. They had plenty of weapons to fight again, and this time it's converted. Good kills from Electronic.
From Liquid's point of view, that must feel like they had the ramp to really sort of elevate this game early on for themselves, and now it's kind of, it doesn't feel quite the same, you know? You could have had one more round there, and even the next round for Navi would have been a little bit pressured in terms of the economy, and now they're right back into the mix, so a bit unfortunate. We are seeing an AWP on Simple and one on Fallen as well.
Yeah, let's get that battle started. I'd love to see that. A little treat for the end of the year. Both offers going absolutely wild. Bit is going to get aggressive and might even be spotted a little bit. Alicia's looking for it. Now, Navi throughout this half so far, at least in these first 5 rounds, obviously, have had a good amount of presence. Electronic has been in short water. He's there again as well, playing with the door. They've had Bit and Simple a couple times playing on this staircase. There's been a lot of pressure for Team Liquid in this part of the map that they've had to address.
I feel like that's something Navi do so well on the map. Oh, nice headshot from Stewie. But yeah, like you talked about, just the fact that you always have to respect. You have to use grenades. You have to make sure that you check everything. You're probably never going to get this part of the map for free. And Bit is there, and even though he actually does get timed really badly, he should have been dead probably with nothing at all. He nearly got the double kill instead. That's also horrifying to think about. But it's a 4-on-3.
Well, it's 4-on-3, and if you want to attack the A bomb site as Team Liquid, you're going up against Simple's AWP, and you only have one flashbang and one smoke. You do have those couple Molotovs, but there's not a whole lot of utility to layer for safety, and Grim's going to go down. One flashbang, Simple finds the timing. Nice and easy.
They know the AWP is there. It looked like almost they wanted to immediately run down to the other bomb site. Instead, they're waiting for the jump, which is kind of a classic one shown out there. They know with 20 seconds left, the fact that someone's out long is kind of a dead giveaway that it's going to have to be this A-bomb site. And they're starting to rotate in. They're getting a bit closer now. 15 seconds. Fire at the feet of Simple. Doesn't burn him nearly enough there. And they're getting close now. Stewie, he'll get a kill. Simple. The fire is evaporated right in front. Otherwise, he would have been dead. 5 seconds left. And it's a 1 versus 2. And Navi just can't find the kills. Too late to plant the bomb. He needs the headshot. And Perfecto, he's too deep into the bank. He can't be found. And time will run out. Navi going to win the round. Wow, they almost could have had each other in the end there. But that was a very close round. If that fire stays a second or two longer, Simple's probably dead.
Well, actually, I mean, it was a nice placement of the Molotov as well, but no one from Team Liquid swinging wide from long. That one player coming up is not quite in position yet to swing and actually take advantage of the fact that that Molotov has forced Simple out of cover. Very exposed to that angle and just plays the time, as you mentioned. And that was perfect with 20 seconds left. Perfecto leaving B, just as you said. They know it can't possibly go back to the other side of the map.
Really well done. And I mean, you can even see the Liquid players that were coming in, they were assuming that no one would be by that truck because of the Molotov, and the fact that he'd managed to find a spot to stand in was, it kind of worked against them in some way. All right, 4-2 here. Early headshot favoring Electronic. He sticks around, doesn't want to back off. And he's going to get traded by Nav. Look at Bit once again, outworking the other side like we talked about. He's just always got that information.
Yeah, and look what it allows Navi to do. 3 players stacked over at the B bomb site. Simple's come here, double peek out towards Monster. They spot a Liege, spot just a Deagle, and Perfecto's going to be able to chill. Not a whole lot of nades to force him out. I don't think that's a fight that he necessarily wants at this point. But a stack at this bomb site, and Bit is still telling him A's clear. There's nothing. There's no presence, no nades, no one coming up highway. We're all good.
They're going to start to walk in the tunnel, but there's way more people here than they realize. Bit's about to rotate in as well. An early kill for Simple. They line up for Boomich and Perfecto, and it is a wipeout. Navi taking control of this game now. I mean, if you're just joining the broadcast in the middle of this and you see a 5-2 scoreline, you're going to be thinking, it's business as usual for Navi. Maybe not quite so, but the fact that Liquid have run out of money means Navi are just right back in the driver's seat here, aren't they?
Yes. Very much so. I mean, just that small little hiccup of a couple rounds. Navi's obviously feeling comfy, and I think the big thing also is Liquid in kind of the situation there, and is probably going to be a little bit more momentum-based. It's not going to be easy for them to take that away from Navi.
No, definitely not. I mean, we were sort of maybe celebrating a bit earlier. We were thinking about the fact that the AWP was delayed on Simple. They managed to sort of change the economy a little bit early on. That's all distant past right now, and you could see why they don't want the AWP on Simple. He's so disgustingly quick.
Yeah, fast, knows his angles, and this is a slaughter again. 5-2, bombs down, way at long, pretty much impossible to recover, especially with Simple here. So it's going to be likely a 6th round on the board, as Bit adds 1 more to his tally, and there goes Grim as well.
I really think it says a lot about kind of what Navi are like as a team right now, because if you just look at the names that are on that Liquid side, you would think at least a couple or maybe more would easily be able to take up the challenge of fighting some, Bit or Simple in this case, right? Like Stewie or Nav or Elise, you think like, send them out long or towards the restrooms to fight Bit, and they're probably gonna win that fight a lot normally.
Well, you could see it too. Like, I mean, Liquid has had a couple rounds where they've at least gone 1 for 1 early, and they have no problem, getting in those 4v4s and finding those individual kills. But it's all about what's the team reaction after you have that information, and Navi's been spot on. We've seen them rotate players over towards A when they realize there's not enough time left and Liquid can't possibly be attacking B. We've seen them rotate and cheat Simple over to the B bomb site to stack it with 3 players. So again, here's another opening kill.
That was sick. I think he might have actually baited him out. It looked like he threw the Molotov, ran back through the smoke, and then kind of actually came out the other side instead. I thought he was just going to back off, but Maybe Boomich did too.
Now we find the strength of Navi as a team. Can they actually recover from this? Because again, Bit is so far pushed up towards the actual fountain that look what it's allowed. Simple's backed away, and he can actually even cheat over even more if he wants to. Alicia has no idea. Little bit of a freebie. And if Stewie or Grim comes up those stairs, Simple was just there with the ult.
Oh, that's going to leave a sour taste in your mouth if you're Elige. That is... Again, he probably just wanted the information. He probably didn't want to take the whole map on this side, but just the fact that he goes down like that means the rest of his team is now pushed towards the B bomb side. They kind of have to go. They're going to get a great opening here. Stewie in charge, and they'll take down Electronic. Perfecto on the bomb site. He's good for 1 kill, but now he's surrounded. Oh, and he gets 1 more headshot to take down Grim. That is very upsetting if you're on the side of Liquid. They needed that to be a 3-on-2, and they needed to take down Perfecto right away. Now it's the off the plant instead. Simple and Bit are left alive. All right, deep grenade. Actually, he's pretty good for Fallen, but he's going to get a headshot anyway. Right through the side to take down Bit and Simple. How crazy do you want to be? We talked about, padding the stats and doing all that the rest of the year, but it seems like he's thought the better of it and realizing, especially maybe the money on Electronic there, it'd be important to drop for him and save the AWP.
Yeah, it's a bit early to go full Rambo, in this game. And, it's also, I mean, you can talk about it this way as well. What's one of the things that Naf said in his interview is like, yeah, maybe Navi's going to underestimate us. Making this kind of a decision, backing away and playing the economy game, Navi's still very much focused. They're not like making any kind of crazy mistakes. They're not trying to do too much. They're not trying to take advantage of a team that might not be as well prepared as they're used to playing up against. And that's a smart decision from Simple.
Perfecto almost looked like he was a bit upset that he only got a double kill in basically in a 1 versus 4 in that bomb site. So.
Well, as we mentioned, yeah, they have raised the bars. The goals are a little bit higher. He wanted 3.
I really hope that they have that mentality that we just taught, that you just highlighted, this idea of sort of like, we're not going to underestimate anyone. We're going to keep this going for as long as we can, because I don't know, we've seen it in the past what happens when you let go, even if it's just of 1 map, suddenly you look mortal again. You look like, okay, we can really beat this team, and there's like a blueprint for it here, or there's some way of doing it. So if you can keep that off for as long as humanly possible, then I just think it just makes it more interesting. And especially we're going to go into a break and all the rest of it. It'll be cool to see Navi not at all let their foot off the gas at the end of the year here. So far so good. It's 6-3 though. Maybe a chance for Liquid. I mean, now is actually the big chance given the money that's on Navi's side. This is the round that they must win.
Yeah, some kind of a reset would be great. Send them back to the Stone Age. Slow pace, so Elige controlling playground at the moment, looking for long aggression. Here we go, Nav pushing in. Flashbang makes Electronic turn just for a second.
Huge.
Electronic's been caught a couple times, actually, although he's gone, pretty even in terms of openings.
That was a really good timed flashbang, and because they'd already thrown an HE from inside of the bomb site, you actually see how immediately after getting the kill, he just kept spraying through the wall into the B bomb site, expecting maybe to catch someone there. So he had a good understanding, I think. Just from that 1 grenade gives him like a good mental image of what's happening inside of B2.
Ooh, late push. Stewie's watching for it. He understands what's coming next, where the next information will be. Good headshot, he holds it down, and that's 2 players gone for Navi. And now they have that decision to make. Remember, off the back of this, if Liquid can win it and take these weapons away, it would reset the economy, and Navi's just going to stack over towards the B bomb site, be happy to save these weapons, and next round will still be dangerous for Liquid again. So Navi just making sure they're not giving up any free rounds over to their opponents.
Interesting stuff. Yeah, I mean, it seemed like one of those rounds where Liquid had, like you said, Stewie, he really seemed to know, where to look for the, which is I guess that's a common thing. If you're on the CT side, you lose a player, you want to get at least some information to make up for the fact that you're in a 4-on-5.
It's one of the more common information peaks that you can have on this map. The other one obviously being out towards long, getting a player by the flower pots in that corner, and he finds a timing to see if anyone's coming long. So yeah, and Stewie obviously a phenomenal game sense. Reads what's coming and finds himself a kill and gives his team an easy round win.
All right, so 4 on the board for Liquid. I think that's pretty encouraging. They're out looking in the last couple of seconds here. Fallen is gonna find an early grave there, and they will not be able to save what he had, so a bit unfortunate.
And I mean, Simple and Perfecto can drop M4s, they can drop, FAMAS over to their teammates, so I mean, even with just the 3-stave guns, it's gonna be a nice buy in the next round for Navi. Pretty much a full buy going on. Nothing easy for Liquid at the moment, but 4-6, pretty admirable position to be in.
Yeah, I mean, I actually think this is a really respectable start right now. I think the main difference now surely is whether or not they can continue to keep that economy low. Simple does have that AWP again. That's a bit of a worrisome situation for Liquid. And Bit once again playing very aggressively out here. Deep nades, just trying to put some pressure on them. And even if he falls back now with having done not that much, it's gonna make them spend so many nades. You can see they're still tossing nades after him. So it's still probably worth it, even though he took a lot of damage there.
Yeah, burn a bit of utility. Simple's pushed over towards sandbags at the B bomb site, so one of the rare times he hasn't been spotted over towards A, and Liquid's gonna love that as they start progressing up long.
There's no one from Liquid holding outside of B, which means if this was one of the rounds where Navi were pushing out to look, which people sometimes do right on the CT side,
yep,
double push through that monster tunnel to look, they would know that no one from Liquid was here. So I don't know, I feel like the longer they stay here, the more uncomfortable they're going to be, Liquid, not having any information on that side. So far, they're just ignoring it, and so far that's paying off, right? But
yeah. Yeah, you're right, though. They're largely ignoring that part of the map. Not just that, they're ignoring any potential flank up the stairs. Sui and Naf, neither of them watching it for the moment, so very, very much focused on this A bomb site. 35 seconds left, and I'm wondering when Boomich is going to start cheating, because there's been no presence whatsoever at B, and it's just now. Yeah. Boomich rotating over. Simple as well as giving up that B bomb site. They better get here quick. Grim's got the opening. Electronic can do nothing, and now stuck behind these smokes. How much do Navi want to commit? And I think the answer is absolutely nothing. Liquid have got a 5th on the board.
Wow, great double entry for Grim. He did the damage earlier as well to Bit, you could tell, and he just finished him off really early on. And they were really late to rotate. Like, I mean, you called it out. Basically, this is when Boomich just started to run out of that B bomb site, so they just didn't have the time for it at all.
I actually think it was a decent timing on the rotation, but the problem is if your teammates both go down, like you can't be coming through those smokes if you don't have any teammates there still fighting in the bomb site, still keeping them away from holding your run through on that smoke.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And Navi, I mean, look, we mentioned an admirable and a good start for Team Liquid. This is starting to look pretty nice, all things considered. It's going to be 5-6, and these last 3 rounds that Liquid have won, Navi's just kind of had to play, you know, been out of it just based off preserving economy. They haven't even really been able to make a decision to fight for these rounds. These are pretty clean so far for Liquid.
And maybe we're also seeing just slightly what the downside of not having the AWP on long in that round is, because they got really close to the A bomb side before anyone sort of took a peek there. Whereas if you have the AWP, you're probably more inclined to take a look down that long corridor and find someone if you're Simple. But he was down to the B bomb side, so interesting stuff. It's 5-6. I did notice there were a lot of people on social media saying, because all of the analysts and everyone else had all predicted Navi to win. So, you know, classic curse type situation, you know.
Yeah, potentially.
It's been known to happen.
It's hard to find a reason, you know? Anyone can pick against Navi. You're free to. Just, you know, you got to be waking up feeling particularly insane that day.
You could do it, you just can't justify it ever. Yeah, like, that's the problem.
You can't lay out any facts to justify your opinion. Which is fine. I mean, we've done that before in the past, many times.
You just have to say it's privileged information or something, you know? I'm not telling you why I'm doing it. I know I happen to have the intel, but can't share it, unfortunately. All right, here we see Boost coming over now. Are they going to triple nade it? Please do. That'd be so cool. Oh, yes, they will. From outside, all the way outside of B, and they blow up Simple. That must feel so satisfying.
Yeah, even Boomich is down low as well. That's painful. 19 HP on him. Great nades. But they did stack the B bomb site early, and this might lure Team Liquid into committing to the B site early on in the round, where there's going to be 2 defenders here at the moment. Electronic can be quick to get back.
I feel like that's where being an in-game leader is so hard, because it is tempting once you get that kind of a setup going and you get almost a double kill with it, or at least the one that you know about. And then you can either make a quick call and be like, okay, that's the weakness, we're going to pounce on it, or you could do what they're doing now and slow it down instead. But it's hard at the moment to know which one is the right call. Now they're going to find Bit on that side, so again.
This is where you go back to B now. This is exactly what Liquid wanted. I think the plan was always to go back to B, but they wanted to have a presence and push back any defense in bathrooms before they committed to it. They've done it well. Grim goes down. There's 2 kills given up, and this is the next dangerous part of this. Bomb is completely separate, and Team Liquid probably have no clean idea of where's best to attack.
Yeah, it was good for like all of 20 seconds, but oh, Elige, that's some very smooth surfing. More people should learn that. Smoke up onto the high ground. It's going to be a little bit annoying to Boomich, but he doesn't care. He's going to jump through the smoke, down onto the low ground with the AWP. Perfecto is here, AK in hand, or sorry, M4 in hand, and he's going to get that one kill down below as well. Ready for more, but they're going to find a way to trade it. That's really good. Electronic, he picked up the 1, 5 seconds on the clock, so he has to follow through. And Naf, he is low on health, and behind that box, a bit of a shot to cover the fact that he dropped down, but Naf, maybe he guesses, maybe he knows, and he's going to get caught anyway. Electronic with a nice 1 versus 2 clutch. And he got the kill, I believe, on Grim up at the A-bomb site. So a lot of work in this round for him and a good round for Navi.
Oh, that's painful, though. That's a 5-on-3 that just slips away from Team Liquid. Stewie goes down for free after this nade stack. This was great. Stewie just holding for pushes, gets caught. As you mentioned, Grim trying to sell a bit of a fake, maybe get into that A-bomb site, apply some pressure there. He's caught by Electronic and not be able to win out the 3v3 after that. Really tough, and you're right. That's where, as an in-game leader, you're like, man, maybe I should have just called something really quick off the pick. 7-5, 2-round lead for Navi.
Do you think if it was someone other than Simple, they would have been quicker to do it? But getting Simple in that grenade boost, they probably feel like, well, he is probably the 4th man there. So
yeah, the offer, maybe it's a bit of a stack towards this side of the map. Yeah, potentially.
Like if it was one of the anchors, if it was Electronic or Perfecto, they might have been like, okay, that feels like it's something that we should go on. But maybe not in that moment. Bit, again, out here on his own. Simple is really far behind, but they just trust in Bit to do this work, and I can't think of a good reason why they wouldn't. He's really outrageous.
What a year Bit's had.
I know.
What an incredible introduction to the professional scene for Bit, and it just continues. Simple with the op up next.
Imagine what a luxury it is to be Boomich or Blade, or just to be able to have Bit out there on that side of the map. Always a problem to deal, always a dangerous player. Just, I mean, that makes playing the map so much easier.
It feels like he's always good for 1.
Yeah.
And then maybe sometimes 2, but a 1 is what you really want. Crazy, crazy everything with Bit this year. Headshot percentages off the charts. Grim's going to move up, and they're trying to recover a 3-on-5. Fallen's out towards long. Naf is going to start coming up the stairs. Bombs dropped all the way back. Naf will go get that. In the meantime, with 35 seconds, Grim and Fallen can't really wait around. They need to kind of start probing, getting some kind of an idea, but they don't have a whole lot of utility. Grim's got nothing to use, so 2 smokes on Fallen and Naf. A Molotov on Fallen as well, but every single fight coming up into this bomb site is going to be tough and is going to be disadvantaged.
And Electronic is sort of the stopgap for them to not fall back to B, so they know what's coming. Easy enough shot there for Simple. He'll follow it up and take down Naf. And it leaves Fallen just to try and retreat with the AWP. He's had a bit of a rough game so far, and I feel like that's been true for some of the games that we've seen out of Liquid here in the past. Oh, actually, nice spin. So far, so good. A triple on him, but that puts him from like what, 2 kills to 5 in this one round.
Yeah,
we need a little bit more. Just a bit.
Yeah, it's been tough going. 8-5, 3-round lead now for Navi.
Man, they could have even had him there.
Well, I mean, that's the problem of not having flashbangs, right? Again, we see it one more time. That Molotov towards Truck is great. It forces him out into the open, forces him out of cover to be susceptible to someone swinging from long, which didn't happen earlier in this half. And this round, obviously, susceptible to flashbangs that Liquid just simply didn't have to layer over the walls.
Yeah, they needed that. Timeout being called for Liquid, and I wonder if those 3 kills for Fallen in a way could still help them in the 15th round if they can win this next one. Navi did have to spend a lot of money from losing that, so there is a way that Fallen could get a bit of revenge. But that has to be the goal, right? To get to 7-8 here at the end of it by winning this round and then leaving Navi almost broke for the 15th round.
We've seen Navi, though, throughout this half, and obviously, as we've seen with many teams throughout this current meta, just the ability to play smart with your economy. Navi's been so good at preventing themselves from getting reset, from having to do some kind of an eco round or a half buy. Might get that op tool here.
It's a close nade. But he's just standing still, ignoring it, gonna walk right in. They both missed the shot. Simple wants out. Electronic, he was brave. He was like, I'll stick around and take this fight. But he shouldn't have. Simple also got grenaded on the way back, so he's down to 35. Interesting start, Bit. Not quite the M4 from earlier from us instead. Straight headshot, like you said, he's always good for the 1. Simple showing up, and they've had a hard time rooting him out of this bomb site earlier. Even when they throw Molotovs at him, he's still pretty pretty adaptive around those. 3 versus 3, Navi going for the information here, and that's risky. Boomich, he's in trouble, and he's gonna go down to Stewie. That's not quite good enough. The information was fine, even if he doesn't get the kill, but that's gonna leave Simple on his own, and he gets triple teamed at the end, leaving Perfecto on his own. Now, 2 of them are very low on health, but I still can't really see him winning this. And again, you have to think about the fact that they don't have a lot of money. Do you really want to go for a 1 versus 3 here and have nothing in the next round?
No guts, no glory. I think Neftron's going to be tough no matter what. Perfecto decision to make, looking for a mistake, looking maybe to just thin out one player before committing. But no, he's actually going to go for it. There's Stewie, that's low. Good peek from Naf. Man, that round's close. The peek from Boomich gets a dink onto Stewie, brings him very low.
Yeah.
Simple gets that shot through the wall. I think that was onto Naf, brings him very low. They just couldn't clean up those kills.
This is a kind of an ugly fight. If you saw the whole of it, it was, you know, a lot of missed shots on both sides. But eventually,
it's not a fun fight for a FAMAS to take against an AK-47. Like, you could tell Boomich didn't really want to do it, but he got that dink. He's lured back in. 8-6. And Liquid have finally done it. They've taken the money away from Navi, so it's just armor and upgraded pistols, light on nades for Navi.
And shout out to Fallen's triple kill from earlier. Even though we were making fun of the fact that he only had 5 kills, those 3 of those kills kind of set up for this round.
Yes. And that might be like the first time we've seen in this half that Navi may be overextended in trying to chase him down.
Yeah. Good stuff. Simple out here with the Deagle. It's been a while since I've seen a really awesome, simple Deagle montage.
I bet there's one sooner than you, or like more recent than you think.
Probably, yeah.
You just can't remember it in the moment. And oh boy, Team Liquid, they've fallen asleep at the wheel. No one's watching that push, but Grim turns. And all the kills go in the favor of Liquid very quickly. 4 straight, 4-on-1. Again, Perfecto left all alone.
Imagine the absolute disaster it would have been if Grim doesn't turn around to catch Simple walking up behind them. That could have been an easy double kill with the Deagle. And then he can just fall back. He can just stay alive and be a nuisance the rest of the round.
Heads up play from the Rook.
Yeah, you always need, there's always that someone on the team who's like, wait a minute, let's check this corner. Let's make sure we're not getting flanked. There's a bit of a chance, but...
That's Naf on this team.
Yeah. Always a bit suspicious.
Yeah.
It's good.
Trust anything.
You really do need one of those on every team. Fallen with the final kill, and it is an 8-7 at the end of the half in favor of Navi. Not a bad job at all. We'll see if they can continue here in the second half. Liquid coming up after the break.
Of course, to win the major is giving the lot of confidence. Like we don't have majors for 2 years, I think. Sometimes you have some pressure because you understand the every starting maybe right now because you win maybe 3 or 4 tournaments in a row, and every time every team want to beat you because like I saw some interviews and like Cajun says like Heroic want to beat us and like the main opponent for us. So I think like team's more hungry like every event. So. But we're trying to stay like in our team and think only about the game and, like I said before, evolving and work and do more.
When you win somebody 1 or 2 times, you gain knowledge, you gain experience how to beat these teams. When you meet them next time, it's not like you believing that you can win them, you just know that you can win them. It's a really important factor. So when you win, when we, for example, lose to somebody, we will give that confidence, or part of the confidence, to other team.
You know, right now our team is like good mechanism for us because you know everyone individually have the great aim and great understanding on the team.
Also, I think that mindset is really important, and the fact that we are working with our mental coaches. 2 of them, I think it's also really important. It gives us like, for example, 5-10%, something that we needed to overplay other teams.
And you're playing a lot of matches like on every tournament and you can teach how to play versus every team and analyze it. We're one of team who analyzing a lot. Like every player, every coach and everyone in our team wants to be #1. We have this stability in this year and then everything is working and you're winning, you have more motivation because you're feeling it, like you can do it.
And I think the effort that everyone is doing, it's not relaxing, not losing the opportunities when you can become better at something. All our players are really ambitious, and we want to build our era, and we know that it's not an easy goal. You need to work really hard to do this.
New year and new goals, you know, so I think we never want to stop, you know. We want to continue these winning tournaments, and our goals in second Grand Slam, second major, and like to be the real #1 and make our history.
Два по два, да. Парни, надо сможешь растянуться, слышите? Быстро.
Да, мы пушим, да, уходим.
Туалет близко.
Давай попробуем следующий.
Помощь. Push.
Flash in front of you, звук качества систем.
Мультирак.
Первый туалет.
Туалет вышел. Финиган.
Надо жить. Хорошо, бомба выпала.
Финиган.
Bomb down lane.
Я пока не топаю особо.
Electronic was push through.
Что хочешь делать?
What's that, does it?
Shouldn't be out yet.
Coming. I have to plan for Shark. Okay. This is best my crew. Who's it?
Я упал?
Кабина.
Бомба.
Кабина. Go, просто себя.
Го сейчас.
На себя.
Окей.
Go сейчас.
Давай, я на широком налево.
Давай. Nice.
Смотри.
Well, there we go. What a great cross mix of both team speaks happening all at once. That was one of the pivotal rounds really early on that kind of put Navi in a good position, but it still finishes 8-7. I'm pretty impressed, Jason, with Liquid's performance so far.
Yeah, the ability to fight back. Yeah, they did a great job, not succumbing to what felt like an overwhelming pressure from Navi in that first half. But now we switch sides. Now it's Navi getting to kind of dictate things on the offensive. Naf and Stewie have taken control of short sewer and even going to actually walk through the tunnel.
Interesting.
They could get sandwiched. Perfecto and Boomich ready to spring out the door. If Electronic spots it, he's going to back away. They're going to press him. So Electronic's going to have a tough scenario on his hands, and how long can he keep Naf and Stewie occupied? Elise has shifted towards sandbags to make sure that his teammates cannot get wrapped upon.
He really wants to get out there. A little bit scary, but he did make it back around the corner. If he wants to escape now, he at least could. Oh, he goes back for one last look, and it's going to be traded, though, by Bit on the other side, taking down Grim. So 4-on-4, Bomb is making his way back, still a minute on the clock. Oh, and a nice shot from Fallen. He's waking up a bit more. He actually is up to 8 kills. He's pretty much caught up to the rest of the team right now. That's a good job. And a smoke to try and slow them down. He does spot one out there at least. Gonna flash himself maybe into a fight, but he thinks better of it. Wants to wait for the team to show up. And they do have the man advantage. Oh, Elige going maybe a little bit before it was time. And Bit will take him down.
I don't think they're going to know Perfecto has gotten into this position. Oh no, it's slipping away from Team Liquid. A 4-on-3. They've lost 2 before the retake begins, and now they've lost everything. Stewie left alone. And I don't even think there's a kit on the ground that he can pick up. He's got to find 2 quick kills and a full defuse. Stewie, there's the battle, and Bit's got the headshot.
That seemed so winnable, 4-on-3, and it really looked to me like Fallen for a split second thought, okay, I can flash myself into this fight. He thought, no, I'm going to wait. And it seemed like Elige had different ideas.
Well, you never know. I mean, the comms could have been, I'm going to flash and peek, and maybe Elige is trying to peek with him, and for whatever reason it gets called off. And yeah, this is just tough. Good kills from Bit. But I mean, look, Electronic had 2 players occupied towards the B bomb site. That allowed Navi to feel much more comfortable saying most of Liquid's resources are currently pushing B. At least 3 players are going to be there. Probably not going to be a whole lot of resistance in bathroom. Probably not going to be a whole lot of aggression out towards long. So we can take some liberties, and very quickly they're able to challenge into the A bomb site.
Well, they're constructing what they were constructing a triple boost out here. They messed it up. They decided, you know what, it's not worth it. We didn't even want to go for it. Electronic close range now with the MAC-10. He's going to find potentially a lot of targets here. Took a while and actually made a bit of noise, so he's already got dinked. But I guess the double kill will do for now. He's got some backup down here. Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah, Fallen is probably excited for that one. Boomich has come in. The cavalry has arrived. And Elige is the only one left. He goes down as well. Good shooting from Boomich.
Yeah, you like to see it. So Navi win a couple of rounds here early on in the second half. It's going to be Liquid picking up some rifles here, but a 10-7 scoreline? I don't know, it still seems pretty winnable right now.
It is.
If you're Liquid, right?
Yeah. Very much is. This game is not over just yet.
It's it's not quite as dominant as in the past, but this is another game where Naf is doing a lot of the work. I feel like that's been true for so many Liquid games recently.
Yeah, Naf's actually having a very, very good year in terms of, you know, individual performance in his case. He's been excellent all of 2021.
Want to try and get the job done. Maybe some wall bangs. Simple. Still with a scout, but don't underestimate him for that reason. Oh, again.
Ooh, actually, Elige even transfers a dink onto Bit. That's actually quite nice, getting that first kill and just, yeah, transferring the spray over. Just one bullet, just... It's Bit right in the forehead. Unfortunately, he's got a little bit more firepower.
Just, yeah. Just a tiny bit there. I was kind of swept away by it. Was another headshot from Bit, just again. He's up to 19 kills. He's just all over the place, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a beast. Absolute beast. So, Electronics got control towards the B bomb site. Navi going to spread out across the map real quick. Boomich is going to be on his own at long. And Navi at the moment looking for a mistake, looking for someone to get aggressive, looking for any piece of information, but they are going to end up at the B bomb site. Everyone's shifting over. Fallen starting to get a little bit antsy towards bathrooms as he wants to find out what's coming as well.
Down to 35 seconds. They're running out of time, and Fallen, oh, he's so quick behind them. Did that make noise? I can't believe they haven't heard him yet. Boomich is going down, shot in the back, and that's a problem for Navi. They can't even really escape. How did they get out of this? Oh no, Liquid going way too quickly. 19 seconds. They know that Fallen is back here because he got that earlier kill, and it may work out in the end. It will. Fallen with a nice wall bang, and he saves Liquid. A triple on him. It looked like they were about to give away a huge advantage.
They almost did. I think just the positioning and everything they did leading up to that moment was so good and so strong that even this round I just felt like you couldn't fully give it over or hand it away. But certainly a couple of kills made it possible for Navi to get out of a tough situation.
It's like one of those moments where, you know, the real fear that you have in stealing the cookies from the cookie jar is when your hand is in it, you're out in the kitchen. Once you're in your room with the cookies, Jason, you don't have any fear anymore. That's where they get you.
The fear is the second cookie. The first cookie's easy. It's the second and the third.
Why not just take 3 at once?
Never thought of that, actually.
No? All right, well, there we go. Different approaches at any rate. But you're right, going back for more. I felt like where Liquid were at right there. They were like, you know what? We're home safe. We
have the round one. Now let's make it cool.
Yeah.
Well, early damage on a Perfecto through the smoke. Simple's going to take a dink. Liquid defense holding strong in the early stages of round number 19.
Fallen a little bit on his own out here with the Galil. Can dance around for a while. It's sort of a similar thing that Bit was doing, so I guess it's not that uncommon. Elige is now starting to get out there on long to maybe help him out, and they're rotating Naf back, so maybe they have a bit of a read here, Liquid.
They need someone to be able to watch the main entrance into that A bomb site. That'll fall to Naf as Elige joins up to be able to double peek off Fallen's contact.
Could be real good. Bit, he's going to swing for it, but Fallen Elige, so far that defense is worth 3-1 of Navi's. That is absolutely, that's absolutely huge. Perfecto and Simple 2-on-4 right now, and that's one of the best versions of that defense I've seen in a long time. I feel like normally the timing is off by just a second, and maybe you just trade evenly and it's a 3-on-3 and it's not really the same, but this was absolutely great.
Yeah, said the setup was going to be based off Fallen's contact. Elige actually had the first battle. I think he found a kill someone looking in towards bathrooms, and that kind of throws everything into chaos for Navi. Elige going to get aggressive and find Simple right at the end, so one more weapon taken away and one more round for Team Liquid. Perfecto could even get caught, but nobody's going to turn the corner as Liquid have not established their money just yet. 9-10. Fighting back, baby.
Yeah, they are. This is spectacular. You're right. Yeah, here we see it. And Electronic was even, his role was obviously to try and be ready for that, but that just works out so well. Double kill for Fallen as well. You're looking upset, but he shouldn't be. Think of the comeback that he's made from having like 2 or 3 kills, I think in the first 8 rounds or something in the first half. It was really a long time before he did anything. Right now he's up to 13. He's tied with Naf, in fact. Great resurgence from him in one map. Could be pretty hard to turn your own game around. Pistols and an AWP on the side of Navi. Interesting stuff.
Well, we'll see what Simple can do with the op.
This is where you want, you know, if you have some really clever boost, this is the time for it, surely, you know.
Surely at this point, all the boosts on Overpass have been shown.
No. There's still more.
I don't want to hear about your 5-man boost. That one doesn't count.
Listen, it does. There's a reason they put 5 people on either team, you know. Gotta get everyone involved.
Use all your resources. Look, the AWP is fine, and in Simple's hands, it can do a lot. It's going to be tough to find an entrance here. Maybe a pick towards Grim over at Toxic Barrels, but if the AWP doesn't get you the kill, Perfecto's probably going to be up next with that Tech 9. Boomich using utility. Perfecto's actually over the staircase, and that smoke is going to back Simple off to a new location. So still, Navi, 30 seconds on the clock, and they have not found a way to get a clean peek to find an opening.
And time is just running down here. This is actually, I mean, if nothing else, this is good for Liquid, right? It means that even if Navi find the opening, it's going to be almost too late.
I think at this point, you know, if Simple just stay far back, and if nobody gets anything, oh, there it is. There's the kill. Actually, now they might have that entrance needed. Stewie been lying in wait. He goes down. First kill, not clean enough. And Navi, with 20 seconds on the clock, might just find a round win. Good kill from Elige, and Simple can't get the peak fast enough.
Oh, but this is still so scary, isn't it? He's got the right position. Electronic started to fall back, and he's going to pick up a kill on Elige, and now Fallen on his own. 1 versus 2. Started to jump around a little bit. He's quick on the bomb, and he goes straight for it. Oh, he's going to hold it down.
He's got it.
This is the veterancy coming into play. This is all those years of playing, and he diffuses right in front. A 1 versus 2 clutch. Absolutely spectacular play from Fallen.
Okay, you want to talk about Liquid keeping it close this whole time. Now you're starting to see some mistakes come out for Navi. 2-on-1. Nobody close to the bomb to even see if he's faking it. This was a tough round for Navi to even have a chance in. The fact that they almost won it is incredible stuff. But what a win from Fallen.
That's ice cold. I don't think many players would have actually held through with that.
But let's talk about this, because that's a round Navi invested 1 AWP and upgraded pistols with some armor. True. They get all 5 kills. There's no money left for Liquid's defense after this buy. So Navi, even dropping that round in shocking fashion, have still set themselves up to keep control of the match in their hands.
Yeah, that is absolutely worth thinking about. Electronic going back to a position he had already cleared and probably felt like no one was really going to be there, and he had a lot of backup behind him that just couldn't be put into play at the time. So bit of a good kill to open up the round with here in favor of Liquid. This is absolutely the round that they have to win. Nice shot there from Stewie. Going to be able to pick up Simple, even though he could have got caught. So a 3-on-5. If they win this round, I mean, they might actually be able to win the map.
Yeah, this could be huge for Liquid. That's kind of a nasty little peek as Bit just crouch slides into a headshot. Elige goes down, and that gives access to bathrooms, access towards the A bomb site over to Navi. It pulls Fallen over as they have to be kept honest at this side of the map. That would be a huge kill to get, but Perfecto, it's an awkward fight.
Grim being out here. Very hard to check if you're coming through on that side. Bit is certainly trying, and you'll find one more headshot. Seemed like Grim probably had the advantage in that particular fight. Boomich and Bit 2-on-3 with, what, 20 seconds on the clock. That's not a lot of time to try and make it onto the site, although the smoke will help out. Bit of a wall bang being attempted. Bit will go down trying to cover him and leaves Boomich on his own. He's almost going to get that one, but it's a quad. Ace instead. Oh my god, he got all of them spread out across that whole round.
Yeah, it's a slow burner.
Wow, it was. And he's down to 3 health as well. I thought he just got the 4 of them, but he snuck in that last one too. Impressive work. Yeah, it's because he's out here getting the first one. That threw me off. Well done.
Yeah, really great round from Stewie. Recovering things quite nice. He was all over the map, all over this B-bomb site. 11-10 and a timeout called by Navi. This is their 3rd one used as they talk things over, and for good reason. They've finally just lost control. It's a 4-round streak for Team Liquid at the moment.
And right on the brink of that economic shutdown. So, yeah, 11-10. What an amazing time for Liquid. Who could, I mean, you look at the scoreboard as well for them. Everyone is up there. Stewie from that round is a little bit further ahead at 16 kills, but then it's 13, 13, 13, and 11. So they've really got like a full team effort coming out here. Good stuff. Navi though, what is the play for them to get back into this right now? I feel like feel like they're not having the same impact here on the T side that they were on the CT side.
No, they're not at the moment. I think they've had a tough time finding some success early on. I think the only thing at the moment that Navi is going to be happy about is they've still kind of kept the economy relatively in check. Stewie's at $4,000, but everyone else is pretty low. Alicia's going to start the round with an AWP as he had the spawn for a quick peek up towards Fountains, but he's going to pass it right back to Fallen.
I feel like the really oh, wow. That is a nice entry from Boomich. They were ready for the boost. They saw it coming, and unlike Liquid, who slowed it down, Navi want to press the issue here. They want to see if they can really take advantage, and they've turned it into another kill, taking down Grim. Stepping onto the Molotov, though, is Boomich, and that's going to get him killed eventually. Naf able to find it, so unfortunate moment there. Maybe could have slowed it down after the fact. They're going to smoke it off, but they didn't wait for the smoke, and Fallen gets the kill. Oh, no.
Yeah, Molotov came in as soon as Electronic threw that. He had to get out of the flames, and unfortunately, he used his smoke to block off the choke point. He didn't have it to put out the Molotov, so now it's a battle. Now it's a fight everywhere. Good trades from Bit and Naf, and Perfecto still wants to fight. Knows Naf is stuck and just tries to find a timing.
Yeah, he's just trying to stay alive in there. Nice headshot from Simple. That will take down Fallen. Naf very low on health, and he's just got no way out here. Pushing through, and Simply reads the situation very well. Good triple for him, and a good round for Navi. They almost managed to throw that round away in spite of the 3-on-5 that they started with.
Yeah, that pick onto Stewie is brutal. Grim is in a position where there's no way to recover from it, right? He's got no teammates. Flashbangs are being bombed over, utilities being bombed over, and Grim basically has to pick which choke point he wants to fight and can't contain the rest of Navi. So 11-11, right back into a tied situation. And there's the money for Liquid finally gone. They were riding that edge for just a pair of rounds, and Navi pushed him over it. Stewie, by virtue of 4K saved in the last round, is going to have an op, and that's it. That's it for Team Liquid.
Oh, that is a clean headshot. Elige taking down Simple.
Hold the phones, he's got a cannon.
There was absolutely nothing showing. That seems like one of those things that's just a pre-fire, right? Like, you don't even really see what you're shooting at. You're like, maybe this will work. And it did. All right. That's a good start. If they steal this round away, Liquid, I mean, that is... I feel like if you're going to beat Navi at this current point in the year, you need rounds like these where you just really have no reason to win them, but you do anyway.
Yeah, this would be a really painful loss for Navi from like a psychological and mental perspective. We'll see. That first kill is obviously the initial ingredient for an upset in this round. And there's the follow-up. There's the op being put into play. So 5-on-3 now for Team Liquid. And look, outside of this op in the Deagles, they didn't buy armor. They didn't buy utility. They haven't invested in a whole lot. This would be a huge win for Team Liquid. And at this point, you just have such a man advantage. You can whittle Navi down every step of the way.
5-7 as well at close range. And it will be Boomich to go down next. Stewie, I think, very smartly pushing up. Now, they did close the door behind them. Good play for Navi. Will force Stewie to open a bit eventually, but there's only 20 seconds left. There's the opening. Bomb is on the ground. Perfecto, the last one left alive. Liquid, absolutely critical time to find a round like this one. And Perfecto, you can see he was trying to get that job done, but it's not going to happen. It will be another round for Liquid, and now they're in a really strong position.
Oh, so strong. So strong, and probably starting to feel very comfortable. Yeah, Jiggle.
Zoom? What?
Yeah, Jiggle peek to get the lineup to see
that
exactly
didn't even
where
help
he's at.
us.
No, it didn't at all. It's all right, Simple. You've done that to plenty of people as well.
That's probably why it feels worse.
So this is what it's like on the other end. 12-11. And Navi just descending to a half-5 pistol and armor.
24th round, yeah. The fact that they're able to, I mean, if you're Liquid, this is one of the best chances that almost any team has had in the last couple of months to take any maps above Navi at all. I mean, this could actually be huge. Now, Simple's right back with revenge. Like, all right,
I'll give you one dig.
Yeah, you want some? Well, and it's Elige that he finds as well. Why not? 4-on-4 after that, and he's picked up an AK to play with. Starting to sneak outside of the B-bomb site, slowly but surely. Well, but actually I said that, but Boomich is jumping down to make it at least a bit of noise. They're going to throw in the early smokes to try and get onto the bomb site. Molotov as well via the barrels, but it's Grim with the opening defense. Headshot to take down Boomich. They're going to find him. He couldn't really escape. He really wanted to. Still a man advantage. Oh, not quite. There's the kill. They line up for Stewie, in fact. And Bit and Electronic will go down. Nav for the final kill. And it's a 13-11 scoreline lead now in favor of Liquid.
Stewie's been excellent on this CT side, and certainly in the last like 4 or 5 rounds, he's really started to take over. Oh, look at this.
Heroic are playing themselves.
You ever play that game? Oh no, get him out.
Pong. I used to play in a club and everything.
Nerd.
I know. It's actually so much fun. You've no idea. Like,
ping pong seems like a very... Danes seem to be good at ping pong.
We have some really skilled ping pong players.
It's always the Danes playing ping pong when we're at events. Well, 13-11, 2-round lead for Liquid. Looking good on this defense. They've won 6 of the last 7 rounds. And they've only dropped 1 round since guns have come out.
All right, a little bit of damage from the Molotov. That's uncomfortable. Gets hot in that stairwell pretty quickly. Elise trying to back out. He is lucky to be alive. Really lucky. He has a good understanding of the timing there for Navi. That like, if someone was there, now is about the time they try and escape.
Now, you'd hope this is going to be a round where Fallen really delivers for you, because look at the utility of Navi. Obviously, Liquid can't know it, but there's not a whole lot of nades to work with. In fact, Perfecto had the lone flashbang. There's the lone Molotov. Now all you have is a smoke. So again, we kind of talked about this in the first half when Simple was opping at the A bomb site. Not a whole lot of utility to layer to keep Fallen off any angles, and he's just going to sink right back into Simple's crosshair.
That is unfortunate. You're right, because there wouldn't have been a lot to keep Fallen off that scope once they hit the bomb site, but if they get it beforehand, that's even better. Elige, though, he'll pick up the kill on Bit. Sneaky real closes Boomich. Yep, no time to react there. 3-on-3, and Grim, he's going to fall back and rotate the regular way. He's not going to go for the flank either. Close range, though. Oh, Stewie showing up. Perfect timing for the double. Denied the triple, but it doesn't matter. Nav will pick up where he left off. And it will be a 14th round now for Liquid. They are so well on their way, and even more importantly, perhaps, they deny the bomb plant for Navi.
Yeah, no extra money over to Navi. Stewie just found like a perfect angle behind that truck in which nobody could see him. Look at this. Simple was looking for that player, that one guy, and Electronic couldn't get off the bomb fast enough, and again, Stewie's going to deliver for Team Liquid. Just 2 rounds away, Liquid, from upsetting Navi on overpass.
Crazy. Really crazy. Who would have thought? Of course, it is a best of 3, so we're not going to get too carried away, but at the same time, I feel like taking any maps away from Navi these days is a bit of an achievement, really. 14-11. It's looking very good right now, and I don't know, Blade was looking pretty serious in that moment. He looked like he was not happy.
Oh yeah, you shouldn't be happy if you're Navi. This is not how this map should be going at all. 3 rounds back, and not just that, but I mean, as far as Navi's expectations goes, this has been a horrendous T-side. Only 1 gun round on the board.
Yeah, you're right.
Round number 22 went to them, and that's it. Now a 7-1 run for Team Liquid.
And Stewie is kind of, he's volunteered to take up the fight against Bit. Like, I'll be the champion.
Yeah, I'll match him. 22 kills for Stewie, 24 for Bit at the moment. And Liquid's already sunk back into a pretty passive defense. Elige going to be up in balcony towards the B bomb site. 4 players essentially there playing a retake with Grim inside of the pit. Fallen has fallen way back into the A bomb site, playing at dice, just jumping over, spotting. And Navi haven't moved across the map whatsoever. There's a lot of real estate that they're going to be able to take once they get up the stairs.
They once again don't have that much utility, so if they spend a lot of it here checking this whole part of the map out, then there could be a little bit of an issue for them.
All right, mid-round play from Team Liquid. They've pushed Elige up long, get him in the corner by flower pots. That's a great position to be in if you want to find some information late round. There's going to be a timing in which Elige starts to move or gets a pop flash from Fallen to be able to clear things out and let his teammates know nobody's creeping up towards long. And if they don't see anyone in highway either, it's going to give away the game. But how fast can Liquid find the information? Stewie and Grim on the defense of the B bomb site.
They need to find out now just what you talked about, Elise. He's now taking the walk out to the restroom, so they know they need to get everyone down here. They're going to realize now 20 seconds on the clock, and Navi close to the bomb site, almost on it. In fact, 15 seconds, but the bomb gets dropped, and a spray is nearly good. But Elise and Nav still fighting inside of the site. Electronic will hit the ground, and now it's Perfecto on his own, and he is out of time. He cannot win this round any longer. Great defense for Liquid, 15-11.
Sometimes it's 4 kills on Naf rotating in, and he came in a little bit late. That timing wasn't pretty.
It was right on the edge, wasn't it? Because I think Elige turns the corner up at the restrooms, and that's basically when Navi walk into the L-bend. So, yeah, that couldn't have been any closer. 15-11, wow. All right.
Stunning off the back of just an incredible, incredible defensive half. 8-1 run for Team Liquid. This has been dominant. And I mean, the last 5 rounds, Navi hasn't even gotten really a whiff of the bomb site in any kind of position where you're actually going to get a plant and able to play after it. They haven't even gotten the bomb down.
See, some orders are being dished up from Blade. Like, you know what? We're not going to let go of this so easily. What are the chances like in terms of the money for some kind of overtime here? It's definitely possible, right? Liquid don't have that much in the bank, so there is a chance for Navi to catch up right at the end here.
Yeah, certainly. They need to have, I mean, obviously, like about 2 good rounds, I think, right now to really knock the money away from Team Liquid. That would put you at 15-13, and maybe you have 1 shot at actually taking overtime.
What has Bit been buying, Jason? Help me out with this.
Oh, that's something special, something unique. I don't even think he's using it. He has the P250 out. He's like, that sucks.
That is obviously a misbuy, but I feel like once you do that, commit to it. Just use it. Don't use the pistol.
Oh, is he going to check Elige? Is he going to hard clear this corner? That would be crazy. He does. Elige is in trouble. And actually a little bit of a drive-by, and that means Bit can actually transfer over to Elige's AK-47 if he wants to make the run for it, if he wants to make the mad dash.
He's thinking about it, but he's not sure if there's an orb out there holding the line, so he's a bit paranoid. I'm so mad that he's not using that. I really wanted that to be a thing. Go down to the B-bomb site and just wall bang for an hour until you use all the bullets.
Go absolutely wild. Well, he's playing for OT. Here's maybe a delayed monster push. Grim and Stewie lined up. Hip to hip, gonna push through it. Oh, the timing was almost there. Electronic actually comes back for the fight and even had a chance, maybe an opportunity to pick one off as they fell away. 5-on-4 in a round that Navi obviously need if they want to continue the battle here on Overpass. Fallen's gonna pick off Boomich as the smoke clears.
That might also be a bit of a giveaway, though, for Liquid. When they see 1 person or 2 people out there and they force them back, they might realize, wait a minute, this is probably going to be some kind of an A hit. They've got people here. Stewie's walking up through the connector. As he catches a play, he will. Perfecto's down. Oh, what a spin! Stewie, a massive double. And it leaves Simple alone now. That bit is gone. It's going to be 16-11 as Liquid will take down Navi on the first map on Overpass. That is absolutely shocking news.
Yeah, they look comfortable with it as well. They don't even necessarily look surprised. What a great win for Team Liquid to open up this series, and it's putting the Kings of Counter-Strike on the back foot. The current major champions having a rough time of it here in Map 1. We'll have to do a break. When we come back, we'll see what Map 2 has in store for us.